All right, here we are. Welcome everyone to our Mother's Day edition of RJ's Lives. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are out there, and to all the mothers that are in here, and all the mothers in the talk box, as Patty likes to call it, and everything else. But how are you guys doing
Don't
today?
tell,
Go ahead.
don't tell John and Slippy that, for goodness sake.
Oh, it's too late. It's too
Stephen,
late.
it's too late. It's too late. I was in the live stream. I saw it.
No.
So I got to tell you a Mother's Day story.
Oh yes, please do.
My mother wanted to get together at noon today and have a meal, and Mrs. Knife Delights told her, "Well, Tom has that show thing. Can we do supper?" And she said, "Oh, sure."
I think we may have a new title. That show thing.
That show thing. That's right.
Yeah, RJ's show thing.
Yeah,
RJ's show
you know
thing.
it's the thing. It's the thing with the knives. Like this one.
You know, it's on the talk box.
Yeah, and if you're so inclined, join us in the talk box. Oh my goodness. Wow, so we got a great bunch of people already in the chat. I see we got Pete and Mike Curtis and Randy from Randy's WSG is here. Singing Toad is here. Byron Kennedy is here. Just all kinds of stuff that are going on here. We got Twang Thang is here. All kinds of people are here. That's fantastic. I'm sorry that we don't have a guest this week. We ran into some difficulties getting somebody to show up because it was Mother's Day. I had a lot of people back out, and that's okay. We'll get them on in the future. This week, we decided to just have a conversation and just go with it. There's no real topic to start with. You guys have questions in the chat. Hey, El Phoenix, I see you're there. If you guys have any questions,
I wonder if anybody in the chat's got a topic they would like to discuss.
let us know, and we can just start from there. We'll just have some generic conversations.
We have that question for Tom, don't we? That was the first comment in the stream.
That's right, we did. Thank you, Matt, for pulling that back around. So go ahead, Tom. I'll bring it full screen, but we did have a question
Okay. Yeah.
from the last Ranger. He sent Lawrence, I believe, over here, and he said that
Mark Lawrence, yeah.
Yeah, he said that the tip of the knife is sticking up on his Buck 112, and you're our resident buck expert, so I'll let you field this first.
Well, let's clarify that I'm the self-proclaimed internet buck expert.
Okay, that works for me.
But I'm by no means the expert on it. But yeah, the knife should look like that, and you should not have a proud blade whatsoever. You should be able to rub along there. Of course, that's the 110, and the same would be with the 112. So I guess my first question is the knife used? Has it been sharpened? Because if it's been sharpened down here, going backwards here. If this tip has been sharpened up, it may become proud. If it's a brand new knife, I would definitely send it back to Buck. If it's proud and you can prick your finger on it or something like that, I would send it back to Buck. They have a forever warranty. You don't even have to be the original owner of it. It doesn't matter. If it's been used and sharpened and it's wore down and it's proud like that, for about $10, I think it is, if that's still the current price, you send it in and Buck will replace the blade for $10. I did a video on a Buck 110, a friend's story, or a brother's story, where he inherited his brother's knife. The blade got all chewed up. He sent it in, had the blade replaced, and on the order form he put in there, the blade had sentimental value, so they sent the old blade back with it. So you still had the old blade with the original frame of the knife. So I guess that's what I would suggest to them. If it's brand new out of the package and it's showing proud, I'm sure Buck will stand behind, again, with their forever warranty. I have not dealt with other companies' warranty services, but it just seems like Buck has one of the best around. So that would be my advice.
Yep, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's been overlooked an awful lot. I mean, there's an awful lot of people put down Buck Buck now as an older company, and it's not worth doing it. To give that sort of warranty lets you know that a company actually stands by their knives. They're good knives. Doesn't matter what age they are, they're still good
Right.
knives. To me, that's a big value to add on the end of any knife price.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas you get the likes of Benchmade who overcharge for that service. Buck don't seem to. Buck
Right.
just charge you the price, and then they do it for buttons, fix it for a tenner.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, even if you don't need the blade replaced, say you have an old one and it's beat up and you want it refurbished, I think it's $8 for their spa treatment, if you want to call it that. They'll put a factory edge back on the blade and they'll clean and polish the rest of it up. And that's what happened with this one here. This was my father-in-law's knife that I inherited. This old 2.112, and it looks brand new. Just looks brand
look
new.
at that.
Yeah, it sure does.
Look at them bolsters.
The bolsters, I haven't touched them since they come back. This has probably been around 4 or 5 years now, so they're just getting a great patina, nice even patina on them. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that looks great. Yep, Buck does a great job with those. That's
I
for-
think they do. Yep.
I've had a good experience with what their return service does.
I'm sorry, what was
Sorry.
that, John?
Said I've had a good experience with Buck's forever warranty service or service, just a regular service. Their I guess what they call it, the spa service.
Right.
And I've already had, it takes maybe, almost 3 months. So, be patient. It takes time, but when you get it back, it's pretty miraculous what they've done to it. I've had blade.
Yeah, well, yeah. If the work's that good, you're going to wait the time, aren't you? It's not like they've rushed it. So
I mean, you got a lot of people doing the
Mm.
forever warranty. I mean, so
Right.
there's going to be a lot of people that have to service.
Now, for the replacement blade, it's got to be a model where they still have those blades, in stock. They have hundreds of models of knives. So if it's a model that came out 40 years ago and they only made them a couple years, they might not have those blades available still. But the Buck 110 and 112, they're going to have those blades probably forever.
Forever. Yeah.
Probably one of their best-selling folding knives. So
That's for sure. It doesn't help that we talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Plus the pipeline, because I'm still waiting for mine to come back, and
When did you send yours away? How long has it been gone?
I sent them away probably around mid-March.
Oh, not that long ago then.
Yeah,
So
not that long ago. If I'm lucky, I'll have them here in June or July.
Probably late June, I bet.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, so that's
So
what I'm
John-
looking for.
John, you just did a video on the 371 in Burlwood, right?
373
Three.
373.
trio. Yep.
I can't remember. Oh no, I got the 371, but basically the same thing. So in Burlwood, I sent mine in, my original one, because it was cracked and the springs didn't match on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and so they sent me back the 371, but with just the normal wood grain covers.
Oh,
And I sent an email back and I said, I'm a little disappointed. Why are you sending me back one in wood grain instead of this one? And I got an email back and said, oops, our mistake. Hold on, just keep the wood grain one and we're sending you another one in Burlwood. And sure enough, they did. And look at that Burlwood. Just
That's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Really nice.
you got a real good cut on that.
Yeah. This one just. So, yeah.
Show side a little more extravagant, but yeah.
It does, especially the show side here. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that green.
that's really nice.
So,
Well,
I try not to get angry with companies or anything like that.
Yeah.
Try to give them a chance to correct their mistake, and boy, they sure did.
Yeah.
They sure did.
I'd say
I mean,
since about the mid '90s, my bar for any company is pretty low anymore.
Yeah,
I'm pretty easily impressed anymore.
Yeah, you got the product right. Well done. That's a
Yeah.
good start.
You got it back to me in one piece. Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a happy customer.
Yeah,
Well, I had a couple of
well,
that's just the way of the
questions.
world.
I had a
mean,
couple of
mistakes
questions,
happen.
Sorry.
you know, I mean, how many of us go in and give 100% and do a perfect day's work every day?
No.
Some guy that's standing there 8 hours a day putting that grind on the blade.
Yeah.
You know, he could sneeze in the middle of it or something and get it a little uneven or whatever. Always try to give them a chance to correct their mistakes, and as long as they'll correct them, I'm good with that, because I know I'm not perfect.
Right.
Even though Mrs.
I'll have to
Nice
say,
White
I'd be one of those
thinks
people,
I
no
am,
matter what the
I'm
knife
not.
comes.
What's that, Patty?
I'd have to say, like, I'm one of those people, no matter when I get a new knife, I'll usually put my own edge on it anyway, because most of them come pretty rough. Although I have seen a few of the newer companies now that are getting to, you know, bringing a nice fresh edge that's shiny and looks good. But most of them, I just do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the
Anyway.
problem comes when it's such a heavy grind that
Yeah.
all you can do is kind of repeat what they've done, and then you can put a greater, sharper edge on it, I suppose. But it's laid back so far. Sometimes it's like you feel like, you know, the use of the knife has been limited by the amount of grind they put on there to begin with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've gotten some pretty bad old timers like that. It's a couple other, you know, just budget style knives, but
Uh-huh.
not always though. I mean, it's really
Yeah,
consistent. Sometimes they're great, and sometimes they're like, whoa, it's like where all the metal go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get, and there has to be a price limit that you're willing to accept, you know, and
Sure.
redo it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I have a very important question for everyone.
Okay.
What are we all
Sarcasm
carrying
work?
today?
Oh,
No, it's not sarcasm. What are we all carrying today?
what are we carrying today?
What
Oh,
are we
you
hearing
really
today?
see
Well,
that?
hold on before we answer that. I want to say hello to Mattisfaction. I see he's here, wishing Happy Mother's Day to Gary, which is nice. Then we have, and then we also have a couple of questions. El Phoenix wanted to know what happened to my bucks. Why did they get sent back to Buck? They were just a couple of secondhand knives that I sent, and they had some cosmetic things that I thought could be adjusted better by the factory than what tools and stuff I have at home. So I just sent them in for the spa treatment, and I'll make follow-up videos on that when they come back. So that'll be nice. Cohen wanted to know what our topic is for today. Our topic is just free-form conversation and viewer questions. So if you guys have anything in the chat that you'd like to put forward to the panel, then that would be great. We'll take whatever things we can do. Other than that, we're just making it up as we go. Yeah, you're right, Gary. I'm not gonna say that. So there you go. But Maddie, I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. In fact, Maddie, we need to get you on the panel. I know you run your own live, and it's tough doing a couple of lives a week. But if you're willing to come on, I think it would be fun to have you on one of these Sundays. So just get in touch with me and let me know if you want to. And then go ahead. Matt, we'll start with you for what we're carrying today. Go right ahead.
Today I'm carrying QSP Hedgehog in the green micarta.
Nice.
I'm trying to sort of get used to it. It's a really weird sort of blade shape. You got that sort of the modified cleaver, I guess it's called.
Yes.
But it is got a nice point on it, and it's ridiculously thin behind the edge. Yeah, just giving it some pocket time, trying to get used to it. The handle's really comfortable. I do really like carrying it. It's just when I'm looking at things to pick up, I look at a cleaver blade and I go, am I really going to use that? But it's really slicey, so I just thought I'd give it some pocket time. That's the main reason I'm carrying this today.
Yes, I think that's a cool knife. I got to handle one and do a review on one. I thought they were really well done.
Yeah, They are really nice. It's a nice half stop. It's definitely a John approved pull.
Yeah, and I love the handle on it too. I thought the handle was very
Like the milling on the handle is really nice.
yeah. I can
Really
And
well
that
blended as
blade
well.
is so thin behind the edge.
It is. Let's see if I can see what I can't really. Can you
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
see
yeah.
it
Look at
there?
that.
Yeah.
Really, really thin.
That's
Really slicey.
unbelievable.
And
Oh,
it's
Maddie, traditional knives are
14
not a
C, 28
requirement
N.
to be on the panel. That's for sure. You can bring all your moderns and that's fine.
Bring on whatever you've got.
Yeah, we don't discriminate. We all like traditional knives, but it's not mandatory.
Only thing's mandatory is the beard. I'm kidding. It's not. It's not. But I like to pretend that it is. Just
Some
to give people a hard time.
panels are tougher to get on than others.
And Matty, the nice thing about our show is we sort of forgive our guests for being wrong. We're quite happy to forgive you.
I'm forgiving Patty all the time. I mean,
Yes. This is not a panel of experts. Trust me.
Yeah, expert
I'm
idiots,
not
maybe.
even sure what Tom said earlier was right. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but
It's
well,
okay,
I'm
John.
this close,
No.
John.
We'll forgive you. We're very forgiving.
I'd love to have him on. That'd be fun.
It would be.
It would. Who knows what kind of shenanigans would happen with Maddie on here? That's for sure.
So,
Hey,
Dean-
Zan.
Dean P had a question.
Okay.
And he said, why does Thrifty hate spay blades so much? And
Oh,
my answer is, he doesn't. He's collected over 300 of them or so.
He just never folds them out of the knife. That's why he
That's
buys
right.
them in a sow belly Stockman, because then he has two other blades he can use and not even have to see or deal with that one.
Yeah. See what happens when I get to the third blade on the Stockman, and it's the spay, and I have to pull it out because it's the last sharp blade, and that's my indicator to go and do the work on the other two blades.
I figured that was when you throw it away or buy a new knife.
No, I'm not Tom. I'll sharpen it.
It's easier just to buy a new knife.
I've invested too much in my sharpener not to use it.
Who wants to go next for what they're carrying today? Anybody?
I'll go.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, go ahead, John.
All right, so I just reviewed this recently. This is the Syncut Honorous. So I'm going with the modern today.
Nice.
And just a 9CR 18 mauve blade. Flipper tab. Got the open hole for your spider flick. And that's typically how I open it. Pocket clips ambidextrous. You'd be on either end. It's got the Gaborsha wood. I'm not sure how I pronounce that, so if I'm butchering that, I apologize. But it's also known as Babinga or American rosewood, if you're more familiar with that terminology. Got the gray stone wash finish on the blade. It's a little drop point blade there. And just a really nice carry. When I'm carrying it because the handle's a little slippery, so I want to kind of give it a little patina on there. Maybe it'll provide a little better grip if I kind of bang it around a little bit. So that's kind of the hope. And then I can make this more of a everyday carry.
It's a lovely neutral handle on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool.
Really nice grain on it as well.
Yeah, I like it.
That's one of those knives that makes me wish the UK could have a locking knife, because I really like that one.
We're not allowed knocking knives. Jeez, it changes every week with this thing.
Stephen, come on, mate. Catch up. Catch up. It's 2023.
Damn it.
Okay, Tom, I see you're ready.
This is what I'm carrying today, and I've been carrying the last few days. This is the Buck Canoe with the jig bone. And I've carried this in the past. It's all scratched up and dinged up, but this is part of the Patty's 30-day challenge to carry a slip joint for 30 days. So this is in the rotation. And probably tomorrow I'll change it out. I came up with 3 different slip joints that I was going to carry. So I'll probably retire this one tomorrow and put a new one in my pocket.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got a question in the comments. I think you already know the answer.
What's that?
I have a question in the comments from Hey, it's the Johnsons, and it's nice to see you guys. You haven't been around as much lately. I've been, I'm tongue tied. I usually follow them on Instagram, but I haven't seen their stuff lately. But they wanted to know that they said that they love their trappers, and they wanted to know how I feel about trappers. Wow, I don't know. Should I let John answer this question, or should I answer it?
Well, we're going to need
I
another
think we should
hour
see John answer
for
it.
this answer.
Well, we'll just go real quick. Yes, I love trappers. I'm a kind of a trapper addict. In fact, I brought my newest trapper, which is the 6.5 Bone Stag. I brought that out, and this is the one that has the Wharncliffe blade, because I know John likes that, and also the 6.5 Bone Stag. I know that John's a fan of that also.
Yes,
He likes that.
absolutely.
It's nice. It's real nice.
It is. So this one has, of course, your traditional, drop point or clip point blade on it. I love that blade as a main blade, but then they went and did one with a full Wharncliffe on it, and this is the full size trapper. So that makes this really awesome. I just
the
love,
TK trapper.
yeah, I love when they do that. They give you an alternate blade other than the Spey. I have nothing against Spey blades, but it's kind of fun to have stuff that's a little different now and then.
Yeah, a little variation.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. All right, you're up, Patty. What you got?
I've got a modern one too.
It's a
I've literally just changed because I came up home this afternoon. So I have the tactile turn Bexair slip joint in Maximate. No, it's not Maximate. It's MagnaCut. Yeah, let me just get that. I keep getting that name wrong. It's MagnaCut. And I'll have to say, I took the edge of this one back to 15 degrees per side. It's already incredibly thin. But honestly, what a difference it makes as a slicer. This is just phenomenal. I genuinely love it. And if I put it up close, it's got the same tactile turn. If you don't know, they actually make pens. And can you see the milling on that? That's the same milling as they have on their pens. And I just think they made a lovely job of it. It's not perfect. It did come with a blade, which is a little bit off center. It's not rubbing at all, or it hasn't moved anywhere near the rubbing. Would have sent it back, but I love the knife so much. I just decided it's not rubbing. They're only a new company in America. Well, as far as knives go, they've been making pens for years, but I just think for a first attempt at a slip joint with the MagnaCut, and it's about £200. What does your average bug out cost? I think the average bug out now is about $170, and these are about $200. Yeah. I just wouldn't pick a bug out over something like this. Definitely wouldn't. I just love it. Titanium and MagnaCut.
It's so thin as well.
Yeah, I mean, it really is such a thin knife. But the blade itself is that's the backside of her. Look at that. But when you turn it around, it nearly would disappear from the camera. There's next to nothing of it. But taking that degree down to 15 degrees per side really genuinely made a difference. It's a super slicer. And I don't know what the MagnaCut's like for, lasting, because I haven't had it long enough for it to go blunt. And because I strop my knife every night after I've used it, it could be a year or 2 years before I find out what it's like to sharpen. Well, no, I've sharpened it, yeah. But how long it lasts, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, Patty, there was a challenge issued to you on Friday. I don't know if you saw it from Randy. What did you think of that?
I meant to get back to Randy. Because I live in the UK, he had challenged me to carry a locking knife for 3 days. But I knew I wasn't going to be down the caravan for long enough to carry it for 3 days, because when I come up home, it would be a bit silly carrying a locking knife just for a challenge, if you know what I mean. And I'm really sorry. I meant to get back to you, but sort of getting up and down from the caravan, I slipped my mind. And then I was doing videos, these stupid videos at 10 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, live videos.
Is that the talking box video? Yeah.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it now.
Those stupid live streams.
It's too late. It's already cemented on the internet. You've already said it, and it's there forever.
Oh, is
Yeah, but
Patty
it's
done
on
talking?
RJ's channel. Maybe they'll watch that.
Is Patty done talking? I wasn't paying any attention. What did you say, Patty?
Wow.
RJ, someone asked, are we only carrying slip joints or during that challenge, or do we carry a backup? So yeah, I carry a backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we all have sacrifices to make.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, you can't always carry just one knife. Sometimes I carry my backup too.
Yep.
Jeez, I didn't get the memo for this.
John.
I don't worry. I haven't got anything like that either.
That's the best thing about the Tactile, Patty, right there. Made in Texas.
And they're still making a good product.
Yeah.
Good heavens, that's fantastic. That's a first to come out of Texas.
Wow.
I have to
Well-
remind him that because he never gives me any credit for that knife when he's showing it.
I try not to talk about Alaska too much when John's around, because
Oh
you do
no!
realize if they'd have cut Alaska in half and made it 2 states, then Texas would be the 3rd largest state.
I love Alaska.
But then again, if they would flatten out West Virginia, it would be the biggest one.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what's next, guys? Did we go through what everybody's carrying today?
What are you carrying today?
What am I carrying today? I actually am going a little different as well, because everybody's been having their Sodbuster pictures and stuff like that. I pulled out my case Sodbuster because it's just such a great Sodbuster Junior in the orange composition. Just such a great knife, such a handy blade shape, and I really like these. This is in the stainless steel. I really need to get a CB one and try to build up a patina on it, as they say.
I like the color.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
It's my Clemson Tigers
Yep.
orange. Now
Have you got any new knives this week?
There went about 12 subs right there.
And Zen says the Pacific garbage pile is twice the size of Texas. So there's that.
Yeah, I got here late. I'm not a
Yeah,
native.
that's right.
I'm from the Triangle State. I'm
There
from
you go.
Carolina.
Right, what have we all got new this week? We must have new stuff.
I
Did we
got
have-
something new. It's so
Okay.
small you're not even be able to see it. I'll have to bring it up on the other camera.
Bring it up.
There
We're
you
in
go.
sync. Good job.
Nice.
Production team right here.
That's right. We can all thank Tom for that.
Happy Mother's Day, fellas. So
Yes.
we got here is something that I bought on eBay. I thought it was one thing, but it was something else. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but only because I just don't understand Boker and like where they make their knives. I've tried to research, where they make everything they make and the brands and so forth, and it's just a bunch of everything I read contradicts one another. So I don't know what to think. It says it's made in Germany, but then the packaging would indicate otherwise. But basically what we've got here is a little black Delrin handled Boker. This is a small Stockman that they offer.
John, does it say Soligen on it?
It does say
It does.
Soligen. Yes. 2 3/4 inch. The shield says Soligen. I know that'll be hard to read, but it does say Soligen there. Just have to take.
Well,
a
that will
look.
be made in one of the 2 factories in Soligen.
Yeah. But to see the box has the I on it, which means import.
Yeah.
So
There's one of their factories in Germany. They get imported stuff and put them together here, I believe.
this is from like, I want to say the 80s. This particular knife. So anyway, the blade got an etch on it, and it also says made in Germany there, as well as the Soligen tank stamp. So I think it's made in Germany, maybe with the handle material made in somewhere else.
Oh yeah, like external parts. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's so confusing. I give up on trying to figure it all out. But anyway, it's a cute little Stockman. Got some really cool little blades, a little clip point blade on that one.
Do you think since it came from eBay that it may have just gotten in the wrong box?
Not right box. I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
There's your little sheep's foot. And here's the highlight of the knife for me. Is it the spay
It's gonna
blade?
be a pen
Blade?
blade.
Is it the hay blade? No, it's not. Beautiful little 1 inch pin blade.
Nice.
Patty guessed it. You spoiled it, sir. There you go. There's my latest acquisition.
Very
Little
nice.
eBay find.
Oh, thanks, Crispy Critter. He just became a new member. Be sure to send me an email at rjsknives@gmail.com, and I'll send you out some stickers.
If I could just give a quick update here, RJ.
Yes, sir.
I just kind of shot a video on a whim last night about some of the nasty weather we were having here locally. Other than some flooding issues where, the tornadic activity has stopped, although it looks like we're going to be getting more rain and that tonight or tomorrow, I think. But I did want to say, with all sincerity, down John's way, there was some tornadoes. Was it yesterday or the day before, John? And I think there was some loss of life with those tornadoes. So we came out okay. We had one touchdown. It was about 15 miles away, but it did not come near here. And the kind of the activity up in the sky around my hometown here, it never did develop into a tornado. So, but we were very fortunate in the end. So just keep those Texans in your hearts and prayers there. I know there was some loss of life there. So, hopefully God will comfort those families that lost somebody.
Just one thing I'd say about the tornadoes in general, from somebody who lived in Kansas for a long time. And if you're new to the Midwest, take precautions seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blow them off. I know many people's lives have been saved by going to the middle of their homes and going to the bathtub, putting, like a mattress or something over them or whatever they can find. And, if they had been in another part of the house, they would have been gone. They would have been lost.
Yeah.
So take those precautions seriously. That's all I can say about that, because I know a lot of people who, whose lives were saved just by taking it seriously. So
Tornadoes do weird things. Here about a month or so ago, when I was down in Illinois, there was some tornadoes and some loss of life there. It's just truly amazing what a tornado will do. They had a picture of one house. The roof was taken off of it. There was damage all over the house. Sure. And yet the place setting and everything on the table was untouched.
Absolutely.
But everything else around it just.
Yeah, there's a picture of, I don't know if you're familiar with the Moore tornado of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty devastating, F5. Now, that hit a school. In one room of the school, you had, kids' drawings taped up with just some masking tape on the wall in one room, and you had a upside down car in the next. So it just gives you you just don't know. I mean, you could be completely safe in one room and completely dead in another.
Yeah, they're unpredictable.
It's just you have to take it seriously.
You do take them serious. Yep. Well, on a brighter note, was a question on the table about new knives?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, this is fairly new within the last week or so. And this is my two-bladed Congress in the green apple bone.
Good job
Yeah.
on the goalposts there, Tommy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, see, I can see through.
I can see you, so I know you can see me.
Very good, very good. So that's the two-bladed version of the Congress, and it's the 2023 case vault pattern.
Hmm.
And then not too far behind it, I did get the four-bladed one here. So on both of them, the main blade is a sheep's foot. And then on the four-bladed one, you get the coping blade. And then you get a couple of pen blades. If I can get it out here. There we go. So this is the four-bladed Congress. And it is in the Ictus series with the smooth purple maple, curly maple. So,
Very nice.
very nice knives.
You've been
Yeah.
waiting a long time for those.
I have. They were on back order since like February. So
Of the two, do you think you would prefer, like, if you were going to carry those knives, to carry the half or the full Congress?
I would probably carry the full Congress. Well, the two-bladed is good, like a special event, or you're in a suit or slacks or something, and you don't want something heavy in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
You know, the two-bladed one, that's an elegant-looking knife. It'd be a nice gentleman's knife. But for just daily work stuff, if I was to carry one, I'd carry the four-bladed probably. I've really come to enjoy the coping blade, especially for whittling, and of course that blade's on a lot of Whittler knives, Whittler
Mhm.
patterns. It's just a fantastic pattern because you can really get in and do some delicate and get into tight places with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have we seen any more questions in the comment section? Anything else that you guys would like to talk about? Anything you want to ask the panel?
Well, El Cap Addict says, are all reversely curved spines with multiple blades called Congresses? I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, because why this pattern is called a Congress is because it's curved here. It's kind of arched. So I would assume that even if a knife company doesn't call it a Congress, if it's that basic style, I guess you would call it a
Yeah.
Congress.
If it's the same shape,
Yeah,
it's a Rough Rider one.
shape.
If
Yeah.
it's the same shape as this, it's going to be a Congress.
Yeah. And if
Then
you're
you
not
go in-
sure, it's a modified Congress.
Then you go into swayback jacks and things like that, where you have that same curve, but it's only on sort of one side, if you like, rather than the two.
Yeah, it's not equal ended.
No.
Cohen wants to know if anybody has any tuxedo pattern stuff. I don't think I
I
do.
do not.
You
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
Is that with a black handle and a silver blade?
Well,
No.
I guess if that counts, then yeah, I got a lot of those.
What is a tuxedo pattern? I genuinely don't know.
I only have black t-shirts, so I wouldn't even class myself to carry a tuxedo knife. John can vouch for that. I only have black t-shirts.
I'll try to look it up,
Time
Patty.
speaks for him in
Okay.
black.
Well, I have a
I'm not
question
sure
I can
either.
answer. Gary wanted to know, is it called a Congress because it's political? And that is no, it's not. The knife is not called a Congress because of political parties or anything. It's a Congress because the blades are all coming together. So it's that's the true
Yeah, we
meaning
give you
of
like a
Congress.
top-down view. You can see they all sort of
Yeah, here, let me show
coincide
you
with each other.
live or live big screen. How's that?
So you can see all the blades. They sort of
Yes, we do.
they all like interlock with each other. This is quite a good example in Rough Rider, because actually none of them are touching. They're very close, but they're not
Yeah.
touching. It's only on, you got 4 blades on 2 springs.
Right.
So that's pretty much it. They all lock. Well, they all don't lock. They all sort of intertwine with each other. They're all like cammed over to one side. But then obviously when you open them all out, they've got their own sort of, and they all lock in there nicely. So that would be why what RJ said.
The other thing, there was an old wives' tale because one of your presidents died with a Congress in his pocket. Now I think his was a 6-blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
They were
old,
saying
Honest Abe.
the normal 2. Sorry.
That was Abraham Lincoln. It wasn't just
Yeah.
some
Well, they were.
president. One
There
of
was
the good ones.
It was the president. Yeah.
It was an old rumor that the Congress with the 2 blades on either side was supposed to stand for the 2 sides of the house in your parliament, in your government, coming together, the 2 sides. But it wasn't true. It was just one of those little tales that was thrown in because the president had sort of died with it.
Mr. Barlow actually has a replica of the knife Abraham Lincoln was carrying. He's got a video on that. That's quite interesting. The history on there. As well.
Yeah, I'd
Nice
like to
looking
see that. Yeah.
As far as that tuxedo, from what I can tell, it's a swell center penknife.
Yep, I've got one here.
Okay.
Would it be the?
So, yeah,
You're saving the
I did
show.
a search. So yeah, the tuxedo is just another name for a swell center jack. So it's swelled here and swelled down at the bottom. And this is one of the case small ones. They also, if you turn it this way, they're also they're called a Coke bottle also.
Yeah, but I think the swell center that they're talking about, the tuxedo, isn't that an equal-ended one? It's not. Doesn't have the larger.
Oh, is it equal-ended? I don't
think
know.
so.
From what I just saw, it said a swell center, but you may be right.
Yeah, I think it is. It looks almost like a bow tie. I think that's why it's called that.
Yeah, like the bow tie, Rough Rider shield, similar to that.
Yep, I think
That's
you're
well
right.
said.
It is equal-ended. It is equal-ended. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was close.
Yep. It's close.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. I have to say, never heard it used. And now I hear the modern knife boys talking about it's a black blade and a silver handle, or a reverse tux is a black blade and a white handle or something. But I've never heard that used. Now, there's lots of things I haven't heard.
Right. I was going to say I'm not an expert at all, but I haven't heard anybody say tuxedo knife.
I hadn't either. But
I learned
Case
something new
does
all the
tell
time.
them.
Let's see if I can bring up a picture for you guys.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Can you see that? Okay.
Let me
Yeah.
to a solo.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I can't see what I'm doing here. Oh, goodness gracious.
We're going
What are you doing, John?
we're
Where's
going
the
to
abyss?
infinity.
Okay, I got it centered right there. You should be able to see it now.
There we go.
Yeah, like a blade on each end. It almost is like a Congress without the sort of curvature.
Yeah, and it's
It's probably a fancier knife too, if I had to guess. Like they probably put pearl handles that are on or something like that.
I was going to say you'll see an awful lot of pearl handle knives with that shape.
Yeah.
And especially a lot of British makers, that's a real, especially with pearl handle.
yeah, I guess J.W. Greenbaum would be the senator guy. He's got all the senator knives and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I guess we missed out on that. So now we know what they are. Thank you for
Not a particularly popular pattern, but it's good to learn, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's good to
Mhm.
learn, and we didn't know. So
Your
so
panel of
we're good.
experts are here to help. But we're
Yeah,
just dumb as
I'm a
rocks.
panel of idiots.
Well, between us and the talk box, we're okay.
Yeah.
We got the talk box to help us out. Oh,
And Patty, I'm not kidding you. That's just it was a funny phrase, and you just.
Oh, no, good gosh, no. I'm always willing to learn. There's so much out there. Good gosh, no.
That's for sure.
The only thing is people need to remind me next week what it was as well.
Right.
Probably another week after that.
Heck, I'm going to need to be reminded tomorrow. I hope you take notes, Ken.
RJ, I missed lunch today.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
No.
Twinkie
The
alert.
half-eaten donuts coming out.
Oh, man. I can't believe it. I'm out of Twinkies.
You are?
I just got fried pies. Let me know, which one? Should it be cherry or should it be strawberry and cream?
Cherry.
Cream.
Oh,
Cherry,
strawberry
cherry.
cream, for sure.
Cherry?
Ah,
Okay. Cherry it is.
yeah.
Oh, Matt.
Matt, what about a chocolate pie? Do you like chocolate pie?
I think it's a different topic, isn't it?
I ate the chocolate one yesterday, I think.
You ate the chocolate one yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
After the live stream, I'm sure.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk about you boys get up awful early to do that live stream yesterday. And I was worried that, I was glad you were going to get back and get a couple of hours sleep. I finished the live stream, sat down in my chair and fell asleep for about 2 hours. And I'd slept during the night. I went out cold.
Well, that will do it. That will do it for sure. But yeah, I went. Of course, when it finished, it was I think probably
Half 12.
I don't know, 3:30 or so. So yeah, I went back to bed and didn't wake up till about 8:30. So, but I hadn't gone back to that night, because I said my son graduated from community college. We didn't even get home till around midnight, so I just took a little nap before it started. And
It was much appreciated. I enjoyed it.
now my wife wants to show you guys a blast from the past. She's laughing. She wants to show a family picture that we took. When did we take that picture? That was probably 2003, 2004 at the latest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't see you without
Here, I don't know. She wants to show you guys what I looked like before I grew the beard.
Oh,
Is this like a graduation photo or something?
No, it's just a family photo. But here, let me see if
from
if you guys can
2003,
see it.
Tom?
Yeah.
If you guys can see it, there's me and the lovely Mrs. But that was me way back in the day. So there you
There you go.
Free beard.
go.
I see why you grew the beard.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you. Wow, my
Yeah,
wife
I'll
liked
just
that
be honest.
comment
I
too.
couldn't take my eyes off your beautiful wife.
I
Oh,
can't either.
God.
Yeah, the cougar herself.
Down, boy, down, down.
Oh,
Okay. El
Happy
Phoenix,
Mother's Day.
El Phoenix wants to know: is there a knife that you purchased that you were disappointed with when you received it, but then you loved it later after you used it, or maybe one that you, one that you got that maybe it punched above its weight after you started using it. Yeah, I know you remember that guy, Ken. Yeah, I know, Gary. It does look like someone else. Now I can't go back to the way I was because the FBI will know me both ways, with the beard and without. And Jeroen says hello to all the Spade Blade lovers. So I guess it's
thanks,
time
well,
Joe.
John,
See you later.
John and Slippy. Oh no! Oh no!
well, we lost nobody important there.
RJ, have you still got that kick button you can press?
Do I have what button I can press?
Kick
The one
button.
that kicks people out of the stream.
Oh, the one that kicks out. The one that bans you
Yeah.
forever.
There's one
That's
that'll
the one.
ban you. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The permaban.
Let me see.
perma
Does
ban.
it have a ban? No, it doesn't have a ban. It says remove from the stream. I could do that. You need me to remove John? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe someone else.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Can I show my new knife now?
we should
Yeah.
show a knife. Yeah, does somebody have a knife to show?
He's got one, Patty.
Patty's got one. Nice.
Yep.
Patty, show me your knife.
Well,
Save the show.
gosh, it would take more than my knife. Right. Let me just show you. I got this beautiful knife, and I'm going to say it again. It's some of the nicest bone and
Oh, yeah.
jigging. I believe this is Rogers jigging, but I could be wrong. But I just think it's blended so beautifully, and it's done on front and back, which is absolutely stunning. And this was sent to me by one of my subs, Jason Glover, or Glover,
Nice.
I should say. And I'm sure lots of you know him. He's a constant commenter on my channel and has been for a long while. But this is just, I've never had one of these. And it was because it was so odd looking. I'd never actually pulled the trigger. I'd wanted one, but I was frightened of spending the money and then not liking it. That's terrible, but that's, that was it. But I'll have to say, if you've never tried one of these Case pterodactyls, this is the most beautiful knife in hand. I can't believe how comfortable it is in this holding position. Absolutely beautiful. Now, granted, it's not a big, heavy. This is more for a little EDC knife that's going to do any task that I'm going to do again, which doesn't take much, but it is a beautiful Rustlock. I couldn't think of the name of it. Pterodactyl was all I come up with. It's a Rustlock.
Woody Woodpecker.
Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, somebody else said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too young for that. Woody Woodpecker was before my time.
I think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, could be.
They didn't send those cartoons over there.
But it is a beautiful knife. I have to say, it's quite hard to get used to opening and closing it. I've nearly cut myself. I don't know how many times, but I'm getting better at it now. But it's
JB says he's having flashbacks.
Yeah. Hold on, JB. He's having flashbacks from his Rustlock experience. They're not all bad. They're not all bad.
But thank you to Jason. It was a much loved and now treasured part of my Case collection. I just adore it.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was a really nice part of the week.
That is awesome. It looks like we have a comment alert from Tom. Let's
Yes.
let's go
Big
to
Red EDC just gifted one RJ's Knives membership, and 1 Minute Knife Review was the recipient of that. So thank you, Big Red.
Nice. Thank you,
Thank you,
JB.
Big Red.
And congratulations, 1 minute. That's awesome. Yeah, and Gary the Last Ranger says that's one of the weirdest looking traditional knives for sure. But
100%. It's a strange looker.
That is, the Rustlock was named after J. Russell Case, and he was one of the original founders of Case Knives. And the reason it has that opening method is it's a harken back to the straight razor days where they had that, and a lot of cutlery companies.
Down the top,
Yeah, a lot of cutlery companies would always start out making straight razors first. So the pattern number is 1953, I believe, and that was named after. Or that's when Russell Case died. So that's the history behind that knife.
Can I just give somebody a little bit of advice? Don't try to do it with a one finger over the top.
No.
I spun really, really hard. I went straight across the room.
Does everybody like the Rustlock?
I like it.
I think there's
I'm
a
not a
couple
fan.
people in here that are not Rustlock fans.
All right. Well, everybody who likes the Rustlock owes me an apology because it's the same damn design as this.
Okay,
No.
I apologize.
No.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's,
offended.
that's offending me.
The
Make it go away.
stupid extended tang gets in the way in the exact same fashion
No.
as that.
That looks like
Rust
a
lock.
jukebox.
Yeah.
I thought we agreed you were going to burn that with fire.
Well, I'm just waiting for Jersey to come over for a Fatwood Friday, but yeah,
I got to
it's the
tell you,
same. It's the same thing.
I got to tell you, I do not have a rust lock, and I do not have the jukebox either. And
Yeah.
the jukebox, I got to tell you, it's just wow. That knife is just. I would not have signed off on that. design. I would not have signed
It's
off.
goddamn awful. It's just don't like it.
But you gotta agree, it's the same thing when the close. You just
Uh-oh.
No,
That's starting to heat up, RJ. Now
I'm
we got
gonna agree to
somebody not liking toothpicks.
uh-oh.
What?
We're getting things, the pot
Better
stirred
than a
up here.
toothpick. Oh yeah.
Well, there you go, Patty. I told Ken that the rust lock was Patty approved, and there you go. He said he'd rather listen to you than me. So
There is the rust lock, and there is just a tang closing knife. They are not the same looking thing. Completely different.
No, it's the
Look where
same.
the tang is.
It's the same. It's a
It's
modified.
Close the
friction
knife.
holder.
Close the knife.
Oh, it's not.
Close the knife, Patty. Close the knife.
Close it. Close it. Close it. Close it. Close it.
And it still doesn't look like it.
All right,
It
now
looks the same.
let me see you close it with one
It
hand.
doesn't look like it.
Let me see you close it with one hand.
No. Stop making funny old people.
Have you seen Nemo's comment? Gerbersaurus
I'm
plans
putting
quickly
it
make
up-
the
I'm putting
rust
it up
lock
right
worse.
now.
Hold my beer.
I love it.
Honestly, if you've never tried a rust lock, I would
I have.
definitely
I
try
own one, Patty. I own one.
Yeah, do you
There
like
you
it?
go.
There you go.
Beautiful knife. Yeah,
I just couldn't believe how comfortable it was in hand.
easy to close one-handed. See, no
Mhm.
problem.
After you've got it released. I saw that.
What's that?
Yeah. With the whole
Selective
closing
hearing.
camera.
Selective hearing.
See, it's easy to open one-handed. See, that was
Yeah,
no
now
problem.
close it on camera while releasing the lock.
What was that?
Do
You
they
said?
make it?
Did you say close it on
Close it.
camera? Oh yeah. See,
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
Ah. RJ, you know what to
Do
do.
they
Kick him
make
out.
Do I need to turn off his camera?
Yeah, turn it off.
We're upsetting Dave. We got to stop arguing.
That's right.
Do they make it in a slip joint version, or is it always a locking knife?
it's a lock. It's a
Liner lock.
It's a lock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a liner lock. No, mine is, and when I first got it, mine is pinned very tight. There's no,
I'm
and I
Yeah.
just dropped it.
The rust drop is what
I'm
it
getting
is.
out of my foot here. But
Uh,
yeah, mine was pinned so tight. You know, it's always been a two-handed
said.
opening. But I've got it broke in some. It's a little looser, but
I think that's because they're trying to get that gap out of there. That's why they pinned it so tight.
that
now,
could
would
be-
you have bought that without the fish on the side?
Probably not.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
There he's being honest.
It's just
Yeah, but
part,
I
it was
wouldn't have
part of
bought
the
it
collection.
because of its looks.
You didn't buy it with a gift.
No, but I said I wouldn't have bought it based on its looks. But
Oh,
now that I've got one, I can understand why it's a perfectly good knife. It just is. The thing that put me off a lot was an awful lot of them seemed to come really badly finished at the back. An awful lot of gapping, and
yeah.
mine just happened to be, it's
We
lovely.
can't talk
Really,
about that. JB will have PTSD. We
Yeah.
can't mention.
Yeah. Yeah. JB's definitely got to be sore about that knife.
Yeah.
Well, fill me in on that. I'm missing out on
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
Oh,
You go for it, RJ. You got it.
okay. JB from Big Red EDC had purchased a rust lock because he had been looking at case knives, and he said, this is one of those ones that is like their flagship kind of design. It's their own design. They've patented it and stuff. So he figured it would be good, and it's like an $80 knife. And when he got it, he was disappointed because it had quite a bit of gapping, and he was not happy with it. So he sent it back to Case. Case sent it back after their warranty thing, and the gapping still was not. It was a tad better, but not much. And so you don't have anything to be sorry about, JB. It's perfectly fine. It's just your experience.
No, man.
Yeah. So he just wasn't happy with.
100% backed everything he did. Everything he did was great.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that now that you're saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you handled it exactly like any of the rest of us would have. If
Exactly.
you're not happy, you would have sent it back. And I think
What was one of the words they used? It was within their parameters of finish.
yeah, they said that's what they said. It was within their parameters. But
Right.
all right, Crispy, you have a good time. Happy Mother's Day.
There you go. There's
Yeah.
your proof, Daddy.
Yeah,
That's
take
lovely.
Can you close it with one hand, John?
No, I'm not going to try. Mine's not broken in, and it's hard to open one-handed too. So
Yeah,
there we go. I did it one-handed there, but it's not fun to close.
Well, I have to say, I am going to persevere until I get it right.
Okay.
Well,
So next
I
week we'll see you with 2 fingers missing then.
I'll be honest. I grew up with slip joints, and I still carry them a lot. Even my Buck 112 Slim, even though it's got the thumb studs, I still use 2 hands usually. It's habit. So
right.
one-handed opening doesn't, whether it does or doesn't, that doesn't bother me a bit. It really doesn't.
No, I agree with you.
The only time I even concern myself with that is if I'm working and I have my other hand tied up,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's not
You know.
work. That's your private home time.
yeah, that's when I'm under the car and I'm slashing tubing or something like that. Who knows? Yeah, I just try to keep oil out of my face, whatever it is.
Yeah,
But
no kidding.
There's times when you got your other hand tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bondage
that
is
was the other thing. I don't know if you saw the comment I put up. The centering was off also on the blades. He wanted the blades
Oh, was it?
centered,
Yeah,
and they were rubbing the liners and stuff. So
Well,
yeah,
The worst part of the experience for me in that whole situation was when he got it back and it was dirty. The box was destroyed. I guess he wasn't supposed to send the box with it. I don't know if he was or not. Then
Yeah.
it was the gaps were a little better, but still disastrous in my opinion compared to what they should have been. So it's just
and let's be honest, you don't get anybody nicer than JB. It's not as if he
No.
was rude or
no.
you know,
That's just
he's
it.
actually shamed and promoted their knives on his
Right.
channel.
exactly.
So I mean,
Now,
that person
JB can correct me on this if I'm wrong. Let me say this. He was trying to show in his experience with that how good the service was. That's why he
Yeah.
started that whole series of returning the whole procedure. He was there to boost them up. And then when he got
Yeah.
the knife back, it was disappointed. It was like a kick in the what.
Yeah.
So just that to me is how it turned out.
Yeah.
And he has nothing to apologize for.
No, not at all.
absolutely not.
No, he did the right thing, and they did wrong by him. I was pretty disappointed in how that all turned out for him too.
Yeah.
I would say what I learned out of that experience was if I was to receive a knife from an online dealer and it was a case knife, in particular, and it didn't meet my standard, I'd go back to that seller instead of going to Case, the factory.
Yeah.
I would go back to Chicago Knife Works or Smoky Mountain or whoever, and I'd say, hey, I got this knife and I'm not happy with it. Can I get it exchanged? And
Mhm.
try to do that as opposed to, sending it back to Case to correct, because I don't feel like I'd get a good experience that way. I think,
Yeah. And
No,
that
it's
would
sort of
nearly
like soured
make
it
you
for everyone.
yeah,
it would nearly make you think that that's what Case want you to do because they couldn't be bothered fixing them.
right.
Yeah.
Which is completely
That's
different.
what would get in my head.
Right. And yes, I agree, JB. saying here he's had some, very well made case knives, and I have
Yeah.
too. You know,
So do I.
I just feel like I've been lucky because I usually buy my case knives online. I don't buy them where I can inspect them because I don't have a place around that I can do that. So, when I get the ones and they're well made, I always, say, wow, I'm good, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself, but but that's the thing is you don't know what you're going to get. But I think I would go back, like I said, to the seller rather than to the factory. But I feel different about Buck. I feel like Buck knives, you can go back to the factory and they will take care of you, and they do have a actual service laid out, to take care of their warranty stuff, which I think it should be the industry standard myself. But
I think Benchmade are the same, aren't they?
Well, I don't know because I've not had any experience with Benchmade or their warranty stuff at all. So
You see what he says there? I didn't do it because I didn't feel the issues were the responsibility of the retailer. And I understand that perspective.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well,
Okay.
since we're talking case knives,
Blade rub.
I know on Stockman's it's not unusual to get blade rub,
All right.
but I have 3 of the Stockmans in the Ictus, and this is the newest from this year with the purple curly maple, and you can see that's pretty serious blade rub on there on the sheep's foot.
Yeah.
And then you can see it up here.
Right.
Pretty significant.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do.
That's one of those things where I think it's just a pattern. You're gonna.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
But I can buy budget Stockmans and not have serious
I know.
blade rub like that.
I know.
And it's 3 of them. I mean, it's 3 for 3.
It is. It's but
And-
then again, are you going to wait another 6 months to get another one?
Well, exactly, and it's part of the collection, and I'm trying to keep these pristine as a collection, And I hate to send it in, and then they'd say, we don't have any to replace it with, or what have you, and then I lose it for some reason. So I guess I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and keep it. But that is disappointing. I understand with a Stockman, you do have to bend that. When they make them like this on 2 blades, you got to bend that sheep's foot over to get it just right to fit in there. But to be 3 for 3 when you can buy budget Stockmans and you don't have that issue, it's for what I'm paying for these, it's disappointing. I have to say that. But that's weird because with this Congress, there's absolutely no blade rub, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's just perfect. And
you would think
I don't know if it's perfect.
pattern, but it would for sure.
Well, that goes along with what Pete was saying, and Pete's got quite a big sample size, so he would probably know. But he says that the vault patterns are kind of made a little better.
Well, no. Well, okay, vault pattern. Yeah, he might be right. He might be right.
Yeah.
The other thing I think you have to bear in mind is that the biggest majority of case buyers are not people like us who are collectors and reviewers. They just buy the knife to use and cut at work and do whatever. So they're not as bothered by what the knife actually physically looks like. As long as it works, they're quite happy. And we all know a bit of gapping doesn't affect the knife. And the general public, and not us reviewers, don't have this strict agenda that we put onto an awful lot of knives.
Oh, and I certainly agree with you, Patty. But, especially with this Ictus series, they know they're making these for collectors.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just wouldn't think that they would have, I could see a tiny bit of blade rub, but that's pretty serious blade rub, So, but no.
You know what to do, Tom. You know what to do.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. Well, and the thing is, I hate to talk negative because, overall of the 22 in the Ictus series that I have, most of them are beautiful and have great fit and finish. But to go 3 for 3 with the Stockman is just kind of,
Yeah, and that is really common with all case stockmans, I think, because the amount that I see people showing, and you can see the rub there in brand new knives.
Mhm.
Yeah, I recently got a case Stockman, just a simple blue one, and it's got pretty bad blade rub on it.
Does it? Okay.
Mm.
Well, again, I'll go back to the buck.
There's the truth.
Well,
Yeah, you go to a
I'm
buck,
gonna,
you got
I'm
3
gonna say that
springs and you don't get blade
that's a
rub.
half truth, because with that comment, and that's only because Victorinox doesn't make a Stockman, so there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's completely two different kinds of knives, you know.
It
so
is.
it
Yeah,
is
the
true.
blades are all in a straight line, so it's a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, they're not trying to bend the blade over to make
But
it fit.
even said, as many knives as they make and as few as I've seen have been messed up, that's still an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Don't take a knock on Victorinox, but
Nope.
No.
because they've been incredible. But yeah, they don't have the crink
Yeah.
is where everything goes to. The problem is the crink in the knife, where they have to crink that sheep's foot between the two blades. That's where everything
Right.
goes wrong. Yeah.
So
Well, I
I'll
mean,
go
that's
back to
the sort of
buck.
thing-
That's the advantage of the buck is they have the 3rd spring in there and you don't have to worry about blade rub.
Until you buy mine, the 370.
Yeah, that's the one John had.
There
The
we
one
go.
that caught on the blade next to it on its own spring.
Yeah.
Work that one out.
But that's just how it is. The next one was good. Got the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah. And I think it is a personal thing, what you're willing to put up with for a certain knife. But Big Red was right. When you're paying £80 for something, there
Right.
is a certain amount of fit and finish that I would expect for that price, because that is not cheap. I don't care who you are. $80 is not cheap
Right.
for a pen knife.
All right.
I totally agree. If you're paying $80, it should be, darn near
Much
perfect.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think they're relying on that old American history, which I can understand that cases have been made for a long time, and most of their users are using them for work or whatever and not collecting. And it's not an excuse. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but if you're going to charge £80 or $80,
Right.
Yeah.
shouldn't be that bad every knife.
Well, for all the Stockmen that I have, and I have a lot, I think where I draw the line in terms of what I'm going to accept is if the blade doesn't close all the way on its own. To me, that's defective.
Yeah.
You can have blade rub, but if it shuts and it gets all the way down in the channel,
Yeah.
then I can live with it. But I don't know if Tom's Stockman's that way or not. But that's kind of where
It's got a snap to it. I
Yeah.
mean, it does, but it just, I don't know.
it bugs
Try
me.
not to be too fussy and try
Yeah,
to
it's like it's a difference between $15 and $80. One
Yeah.
thing
if I was to go out and use it, it's going to get all scratched up anyway. It's no big deal.
right.
Yeah. It's just like I'd accept that on a Rough Rider, but then if you're paying like double or triple that, you don't want it, do you?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, if you went into a hardware store and bought a screwdriver and it was bent, you would take it straight back, wouldn't you? You wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's bent, or some sort of a pair of pliers that didn't close properly, you wouldn't accept it. And that's all the case are doing. They're just giving out stuff that's not up to the price point.
Right.
Exactly. Because I have probably my favorite Stockman here I brought up for the show. John, I don't know how much do these go for? This is the old timer Heritage.
I'm always wrong when I guess. I think it's around 38. I might be wrong.
$38, and you're getting D2 blades, no blade rub or anything. And
Is that the 8OT?
Yeah, this is 34 OTH.
Oh, 34OT.
OTH. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Heritage.
Yeah, I also have that one. It's good.
So yeah, and it's less money, and it's up to you if you think D2 is a better steel than their stainless or their
Yeah,
carbon.
100%.
No, let's get this right. D2 is a better steel.
I think D2 is my favorite steel, if I'm honest.
They grumble about D2 and various videos and stuff.
Modern knife guys, let's just be honest, they're spoiled.
It's
They're
true.
spoiled.
It's true.
I don't mean anything negative by that, but they expect
Right.
a lot more because they've been given a lot more.
Yeah, it's just that, when you can get a knife like this that's, basically half the price of what you're paying for the case,
Yeah.
then you're like, am I going to go for something like this as a real performance model versus, something that may or may not have proper fit and finish, and it's, questionably, not as good materials. I mean, this is a wood handle, not a bone handle, but, I think a lot of people, I think there's two users of case, in my opinion. I'll go ahead and bring up full screen so I can, but like for me personally, my case working knives are going to be the synthetic handles. This is a mini trapper. Here's the Sodbuster Junior I showed earlier. But then I have models like the Texas Jack that I'm, basically keeping pretty pristine, and it's got the amber bone, or even this, the Trapper, the 6.5 Bone Stag. I'm not going to, neither one of those knives are going to be hard users. I'm not going to take them to work because I would rather, use the synthetic and know it's not going to break on me, or if it gets scratched or harmed or something, it's not as big of a thing to me personally, because, let's face it, these knives are expensive and they are an investment. So it kind of makes it, the bone covers and stuff are really pretty. And I think that that's the two different sides of case, is that, case has the collector's market in the US, hands down. So it's just, are you buying a knife for looks, or are you buying a knife to use? And, because I mean, let's face it, if you just want a knife to use, go take $20 and go get a Kershaw and you'll be good to go. I mean, that when people ask me that all the time, I was at the barber shop and they said, "Hey, what knife do you recommend?" I said, "What do you want a knife for?" And they were like, just a good work knife. I said, "Go buy a Kershaw," because they're everywhere and they're inexpensive and they're easy to maintain and get. Go ahead, Tom. What you got?
Well, there's one more in the 2023 with a purple curly maple, and it's the small Stockman, and that's with the Ichthys. There were the fish on it, and that's the last one I have to purchase yet. So I'm just like, okay, I'm 3 for 3 with terrible blade rub. Do I order the small one? Am I going to be 4 for 4? It just puts that question in my mind. And I try not to be too fussy, and I'm beating a dead horse, I know, but like you said, when you can go buy a $15 or $20 Stockman and no blade rub, how's come when I'm paying $60, $70, $80 on these,
Right.
they have terrible blade rub? I guess is my question.
Yeah, the old timers that I've gotten, I love the smaller old timers. I don't have to worry about blade rub on those almost never. It almost never happens. And the thing you have to worry about with those is the grinds on the blades.
Mm.
So there's a give and take there, but you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you can't make a knife not do it. I mean, there's plenty of examples. I mean, I just showed you this little guy here, this little Boker.
Yeah, let me bring that up.
No blade rub or anything on that. It's got plenty of space there, you can see.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just want to, I think, more than anything. Quality control, want to.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about meeting you guys and sitting having chat is the knives that you've introduced me to that I really didn't follow, which was old timers. Schrade, some of the old Schrades are just, I've got some fantastic knives that are made by Schrade. And that Bruin, the Heritage Bruin that I got on your say so, it's one of the nicest little locking knives ever. It's just fantastic. And it's, it was about £50 over here. It's a lot dearer over here. But to me, it was worth every penny of it. It's still cheaper than most.
8OT you can show, Matt, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the older one.
Yeah, the USA made one.
Yeah, I got the USA made AOT here.
Well, you probably got multiple examples. Yeah,
This is the USA made one.
No blade rub on that, is there?
No, there's no blade rub on it at all. So you got the USA tag. wrong hand. USA tank stamp.
Yeah.
No blade rub at all. Decent snap. I mean, the blades are worn because it's an older knife, but there's literally no blade rub. It's very, very close, like here, but
Yeah.
it's not rubbing or anything. Really, really well made.
No, I'm freezing.
Okay.
Yeah. Really well made. No, there's like plenty of room between the blades. You can see the top here.
Right.
There's a little tiny gap still. Even when you close it up, it's still there. And even when you open the main blade, you don't get any push rub against the spade blade or anything. There's just nothing there. There's no rub at all. I mean, if they could hand make them before like this, why can't they make them now like it? It's like no rub at all, just like general scratches from use, obviously, because it's an old one. But yeah, as I said, like these have been handmade by people. Why can't they do it now with better tools, better machinery? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I agree.
If anything, they should be made better than that now, because if they've got the tools that make things at precision every time, they should be perfect every time. But, yeah.
So
Ceramic hand, but more
We
expensive.
Judd
Yeah,
has
I agree.
joined us. We Judd has joined us, and
Oh, Paddy's always talking, Judd. He doesn't shut up.
There's my answer. That's an old timer, the Schwed old timer made in China, and it's a 4-blade, and there's not one scratch mark on this knife, nothing. And what do these cost? I mean, under £20.
Yeah, under 20 quid. Yeah.
Absolutely. Look at the work, and it's only got two springs and 4 knives, and not one hint of a scratch. So if old timer Schwed can do it, although they use China, but I mean the production factory at Case is some job, like. But that's perfect. I can slam them all in, and there's never been a scratch on them. Super.
yeah.
Yeah, my Chinese made 8OT is exactly the same as that. No,
Yeah.
nothing. Also got an Uncle Henry, the 834, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Similar size to the 34 OT. And there's no blade rub on that, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this is a USA made 34 OT, not a scratch on it again, Stockman. Right. It's just, yeah, there is examples out there, and I can't understand why Case can't do it. Let's be honest, I'd buy an awful lot more Case if they were better made.
Yeah. Me too.
But, and I'm going to say it again, I have about 15 or 16 that are perfectly good. Right. But that's because they've been hand-picked.
I think I've got about 11 Case in my collection now, and that my latest one, the medium Stockman, is the first one that's sort of subpar. Like the grind on the spade blade is awful. The back springs are good, but the blade rub and stuff on there, nothing's centered. That's the first one I've had that's been pretty bad. So I've been
maybe that's a bit of a payback to you on the spade blade.
Stephen, you'll be on the show again. You're asking for it.
Hey, this face has asked for it all its life. You'll not be the first one to thump it.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Judd, please give him a nice little friendly punch for me.
Yeah. Just aim it somewhere in the temple area, just like here.
Yeah.
Make him look like his thumbnail from a few weeks back.
Yeah.
I was a bouncer for years. I just got this face punched repeatedly until I don't care.
See, Mike Curtis has got over 800 Case knives.
Yeah. And then we judge this Stephen, don't do it, he's not worth it.
That's my man.
What do you got there, Tom?
Oh, I know Mike likes his Case knives. Here's one done in the Ictus series that They did very good on.
Slimline.
This is Slimline Trapper, single blade.
You're
Yeah,
lucky it doesn't hit the
They
line.
excel with single blade knives.
Yeah, because there's nothing to rub against.
Yeah, but yeah. So, like I said, I got one that small Stockman, and I think I'll have them all for the purple curly maple. But very nice
You've
knife.
got a nice couple of collections there within the Case brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Funny,
I wanna
do any
sit
of the
here-
rest of you collect brands and collect like Tom does? It's something I've never done, but
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
collector of case now. I mean, that's kind of been my this year's goal, is to get more.
no, I don't just necessarily mean Case, but do you ever get, collect knives from within the brand, any brand, and get a whole series? Because it's not something I've ever
Old
done.
timers.
Yeah, I
Old
consider
timers for
doing
me
that.
though.
I consider doing that with the Saw Cut Bone Queen series, Patty. But
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
just
I've got
have
3 of them.
I have just the trapper and the medicine knife to get if I want to do that.
I think John has a Spay Blade collection, around 300 of
Yeah.
them.
300.
And
If you want to
counting.
see one?
Yeah, but not the Spay Blade.
No.
Well, that's because we're nuts for spay blades.
Yes. Those nut jobs.
Oh,
Just for Patty.
Tom needs his coins. He's got the case paste
Yeah.
out.
What is
Yeah.
it, Tom?
Huh? Oh,
Is that the stuff
thought-
that makes blades shiny?
yeah. I thought while we're sitting here chatting, I'd get this one shined up.
Well, I can send you some over.
Oh, please do. I'd be happy to sign them for you.
It'd be a huge box of knives.
There's about 150 on the way Monday.
Okay. I'll have them done by Friday.
Yeah, you won't be having them back on Friday though. You know what Tom's like with borrowing knives.
Hey, what's that all about?
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Tyco's. That's it.
But I said it
That's
back.
nice, John.
You did.
I didn't even break the tip off.
No.
Jeez.
I was glad too.
Well, Matt sent this one over from the UK. He found it on a Swiss website. Do you remember what the name of it was, Matt?
Only knives.
Only Knives? Okay.
Yeah.
And I had 2 left to get, and now I just have the one because of this knife. It's like Black Cherry Bone series. But the thing that's funny is they had a series prior to this was just the Red Bone series, and they put a shield on them. So then they just took the shield off and called it something else. But anyway, these are
Looks better without the shield.
Yeah, it does look better without the shield. And I'm going to give everybody a treat today.
Yay! Get in there.
I'm covering up the left-hand side of my screen.
Yes.
Another
It was a
Spay
good
Blade
knife.
for the
I guess
collection.
the secret is out since Patty keeps reminding me that I've got 300 Spay Blades with all my Stockmans and everything. That I don't
That was a
really
really
hate
nice
Spay
example
Blade
as well.
that much. It's just
Hey,
something
I-
that
hang on a minute. That's Tom that does that. I'm nice to you.
fine. Okay, yeah, Tom actually was the one, but I thought Patty could take the criticism a little better, so I said Patty.
Oh dear.
But yeah,
That's
Go
all
ahead,
right.
Tom.
I'm just going to eat me another fried pie.
but thank you, Matt. So I'm
No,
down to
you're welcome.
one left, and I'll have that collection complete. So
Yeah, the Black
Nick?
Pearl, the one you'll never get.
yeah, maybe someday. You never know.
What is it, the one you're looking for?
It's a Black Pearl Silver Select series. It has Black Pearl handle, and then
Have you got that white one there, John, to show
The
the white
inlet.
version of it?
I don't have it handy, but it's got inlays in black on a Black Pearl handle. So it's
Right.
very pretty.
Has
Thank you,
Tobias not got 2 or 3 of them?
I don't think he's got that. I've never seen it on his channel.
It pays to spay. Don't start me, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh,
Oh yeah, that's great, Judd.
and Zen says, spay on a Stockman is like having a third for a beater blade. So
Yeah,
I suppose if you want to tear one up, that's the one to tear up.
that's true. So Gary, the Last Ranger, had a question saying, "What besides case paste do you guys use to shine up your knives?" And,
That's easy.
I know Paddy has a similar thing. I use what Paddy's got. I've also got that Smurf poo as well.
yep, Flitz
Yeah.
and
Autosol.
Yeah.
Also good.
It's good. I don't think I've got much more. I don't do much cleaning. I've had that
Smurf poo still, Paddy?
I've had that Autosol for 20 years.
He's got 45 blades with taters on them.
hi, Sammy.
Oh,
El
dear.
Phoenix has his son Sammy watching, and he says hi. So hello, Sammy.
Hello,
Everybody say
Sammy.
hi.
Hello, Sammy. Jerome's just got it.
Yeah,
There you go. That's what I use, Gary.
some good old Flitz.
Flits.
That works for me too.
Yeah.
And of course, you can use Brasso for brass
Yeah.
parts, and
There's this Haverty's. I don't recommend it as much. If you've got like a deeper scratch, it's better for it.
Yeah, isn't that
It's,
real abrasive?
It's a little more abrasive, yeah.
Yeah.
Haggerty 100.
yeah,
Yeah, I find the Autosol more aggressive.
It is. I think it's the same sort of stuff.
Yeah,
The Autosol is for polishing chrome bumpers on older cars.
yeah. Yeah, I would use it for my heavily scratched ones and the case paste for everything else. And the case paste is absolutely brilliant for bone. Absolutely. It just shines your bone.
I don't use this as much, but that's what RJ was
Brasso.
talking about. Brasso.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brasso. I'm well familiar with Brasso.
yeah.
We-
If you spent even a day in the military, you know about Brasso.
I thought this was maybe
Yeah.
what Patty used to shine the cannons, but I wasn't sure.
It
Yeah,
probably
exactly
was.
the same thing. But we also used to make a very bad spirit drink out of Brasso and a coconut
no.
shell.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Brasso
Yeah,
and a coconut shell makes the most evil drink.
Yeah, that's gonna lead to definite killing off of brain cells.
Hey, lucky one.
We have an example, in-house
We're gonna have to
example.
display a cancer warning from one of the boxes here.
There's nothing nicer than being living proof.
We'll see you, El Cap Addict. He's got to go.
Yeah, see you, El Cap.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I've never tried turtle wax.
I wouldn't.
When I was
No.
in the military, the drill sergeant told us, he says, when you get drunk and you have a hangover the next day, he says that's because you probably killed in excess of 10,000 brain cells. And some of you guys cannot afford to lose that many at one time.
No.
Could not afford to lose that many full stop. That's all they got left.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Any other questions in the comment section?
I haven't seen any.
Okay. Anything that you guys want to talk about in particular?
I haven't heard any plugs today, Tommy. And I'm kind of missing that cha-ching sound. So could you do that for me?
Oh, well, that's because we have had a fantastic moderator doing all of that. Michael Morgan's been doing that on my behalf. So
All right.
ching for
Yes.
Michael.
Thank you, Mimo.
He's been highlighting RJ's channel and the fact that you can join the regiment, and he has a spring store where you can buy awesome merchandise such as coffee cups, water bottles, hoodies, and a whole variety of things. So make sure and go to RJ's. Well, you should be on his YouTube homepage here, and down in the description, you'll find the link to the spring store. And that's not all. You can also save 20%,
20%.
20% on Roper knives. He has a link there and a discount code, and you can go in and get a 20% discount on a Roper knife.
Yep, for sure. Actually, that's good for anything on their website. So,
Yep.
Go ahead and get you some good knives. No gaps.
No gap.
No
No
gap.
blade rub.
No blade rub.
What's the blade steel on the Roper's Pecos?
It's 1065 carbon.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's most of their knives, the traditional ones, they are 1065 carbon. They do have some that are in stainless, and those are the ones that they have that are more. Here's the Pecos, but they have some that are more for outdoors use, and they even make a multi-tool that's kind of an interesting thing. I still toy with the idea of picking one of those up to review it, but I don't know how useful it would be in my day-to-day work.
On my experience on the cheaper multi-tools, not worth the money.
Well, this one's kind of different. It's actually made more, I think, if you worked on a farm or a ranch, because it's actually like a fence repair tool. And so like it has an adjustable wrench on it and a couple other things, less things like, say, needle nose pliers and stuff like the other, like Leathermans and stuff have. So it's kind of a different, more generalized pliers and wrench on it. It does have a screwdriver attachment on it that you can put some different 1/4 inch or 6 mil bits in and stuff. So I just haven't messed with it yet. No, Co, I'm going to tell you the pocket clip does not get in the way at all when using this knife. And Tom, he used it. Did you ever get bothered by the pocket clip?
No, I'm not a pocket clip fan. That's well known, but that one did not bother me a bit.
Yeah, because when you have it in your hand and you're holding it, at least the way I hold it with my finger, where this little ramp is that would come up, it falls in that little hole that your knuckle makes, so there's enough clearance there. It never really gets in the way at all.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike wants to do a health announcement. I'm all about that. And Jerome wants to know, what knife did the mothers get today? If anybody got knives for their mother.
No.
Nope.
Nope, we didn't get knives either. Okay, so let's see here. Go ahead, Mike. What's your health announcement? We're waiting on you.
No pressure.
Yep. I trust
Uh-oh.
everyone here is in decent health.
I mean, yeah.
There you go.
Well, you're going to have to live with when you said, hold on a minute, and then he's gone now, the poor fella.
I know. It's like I thought he was going to be there, and there. Oh, there you
Oh,
go. Oh,
Jerome
okay.
got his mother a cheese knife.
There you go. Nice.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Bless you. While we're
Have
waiting,
you
then I got
got
my
any videos
knives.
for this week?
What's that?
Have you got any funny videos for this week, you two?
Oh yeah,
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
you're a guest star.
Yeah. You're the
I'll do
number
it
one
again, it's
appearance.
not fair. You should only be allowed to do one a year.
Well, stop screwing up so much then.
Yeah. Stop giving
Wow.
us ammunition.
Wow. Oh, that is. I mean, that wasn't like a shot fired across the bow. That was a broadside. Right there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay,
Oh.
Mike says if you are due for a colonoscopy, to go get one done, and
Yeah.
and that's true. You do need to keep up on your stuff, all those health checks and all that other stuff. It's important because if I don't have you guys around as an audience, then my subs go down, my channel goes down. It's just not going to work out. Who else am I
Not
going to
gonna work
share all
out.
this joy with?
Yeah, stop getting ill so you can watch my channel.
Exactly. And if I'm not here, you guys aren't going to watch my channel either. So see,
Yeah, Justin and me will be covering that sort of a story on our podcast soon, because Justin has just gone through that. And there. Justin has just gone through it, and he's happy to share it with people, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that very shortly on our podcast.
Oh, I tell you what, Patty, I wanted to have Wee Judd on with you, yesterday and all, and we had some other scheduling issues there. But this is going to get really confusing, because if he's holding a wee knife and it's a wee knife and it's Wee Judd holding it, oh my goodness.
It's a wee knife.
Wee knife.
At which point it actually turns French.
If it's my wee knife, he's holding.
Yeah. So we'll have a wee knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I'll get all confused.
Oh wow, Mike. Mike said he had a scare. Had a couple of polyps removed that were cancerous, and I hope they did get it all, Mike. That's scary. It's true. We all gotta. I think as men too, we tend not to go to the doctor as much as we should. We tend to not. Sorry about laughing, but we Judd just made me laugh. But yeah, we need to go to the doctor. We need to get our regular checkups. We need to stay up on top of that stuff.
And thank you for sharing, because it's not an easy thing for a lot of people to share. So
no, it's not.
Right. Yes.
It's not. It's very brave. We need to be better about it.
Yeah,
for sure. If you have to ask Zen, you don't want to know. Yep, absolutely, Mike. I agree with this 100%. If you're due, just get it done. It's true. Oh no, Gary, please say it's not true. They couldn't knock him out, so he had to be awake.
Yeah, but he's a Marine. He wouldn't have felt that. It's like stabbing a turnip.
It's okay.
Sorry, just in case I ever meet you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I watch my insides on the camera.
Exactly. It's just like shopping for a Rolex. If you have to ask, you really shouldn't be in there. Oh boy. I knew that Mimo was going to come with something like that. No, Jeroen, we are not going there. That's a whole different procedure.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not saying anything, because this could really go south real quick.
It already did.
I think it already has. Yeah.
It's when you see them closing a fist, then you want to move off that bed.
Right.
Jesus.
Yep, I hear you. Judd says he's having flashbacks. I love it, Maddie. Oh boy.
He's experiencing PTSD. That's fantastic.
Yep. Absolutely, Gary. The prep work is the worst part. That's true.
That's
No
what I
fun.
hear.
No fun at all. All right, where were we going before?
I don't know. We got derailed there.
I thought Matt was going to show
If you have to ask, you don't know.
Was I?
Jeroen with one Rolex slightly used.
Oh my.
to say Rolex has never had this sort of advertisement.
And they're probably glad.
Yeah, true that.
I wouldn't be asking for a sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. Rolex, if you'd like to sponsor me, yeah. Please send watches to RJ's Knives. I think we were discussing spay blades. Yeah, Michael, that's a great
One last
way to
joke
do that.
before we go. That was a rim shot.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hear that, Patty?
I missed that one.
Joke.
What is
Ever closer I am.
it? What is it? Has he been putting that money in the jar again?
Yeah, it's just John getting a rim shot in.
I'm going to cut all the spade blades off the knives and send them to you.
With all that ching going on,
They
it's
won't
only gonna
come
be
through,
22
Patty, because you
years.
probably won't put the appropriate tag on the claim. And I'll end up getting some heroin instead. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Nothing like getting a brand new bag of drugs.
I'm sorry,
from the-
cocaine. I always get my
Yeah,
drugs confused.
a brick of cocaine from the UK.
The
Yeah.
drugs confuse me.
Don't worry, John. I've got a dealer who can do that for me.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Now the CIA's involved as well as Rolex.
You just call him the mule.
They're going to send
The
Interpol.
mule from Wales.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Be
a
right
good
back,
question.
fellas. I gotta get another drink.
What
Don't rush,
knife,
John.
what knife should be gifted for Father's Day?
A
Anybody got
gentleman's
any,
knife, surely.
any suggestions?
A Father's Day knife?
Yes.
A Congress.
Okay.
It's
And
the gentlemanly of all gentleman knives. Get him a Congress.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking the tuxedo now. Matt, what do you think of that?
Yeah, the tuxedo is another good one.
I think the old timer Bruin is definitely a lovely knife to give to anybody.
Right,
Yeah.
then you could leave. Nothing with a
here,
spay. We're not
bring
doing
it
that.
up so you can show that, Patty.
This is the Heritage. This is in D2 and a backlock. A stunning knife. I'm just with D2 blade steel. Not only is it a fancy sort of a nice looking knife, it can work. And it
Yeah.
does seem to have pretty good heat treatment. I don't know how good it is, but I know in my cutting, and I've also resharpened this, honestly, it's really, this took quite a bit of sharpening, which is usually a sign that D2 has been heat treated to a fairly good standard. So yeah, I would pick that.
Yeah, a Victorinox Super Tinker. El Phoenix says that would be good. Yeah,
I'm gonna-
Dr. Dingo, I ask myself that every week. He says it started out as a calm knife chat. What happened? Yeah, I ask myself every week, but I think that's what you guys like.
Hey, RJ, if anybody's looking for a Super Tinker, there's actually some on eBay right now for $20, which is a great deal. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you just did that review on the Super
yeah,
Tinker.
I actually looked to see if there was some more on there, and I guess the same fella got more in stock. So they were selling for $20, brand new, in the package
Nice.
on eBay USA for $20. Super Tinker.
That's one of the nicest Father Day knife that I've ever seen, Tom.
Yeah, this is from 2022. Mrs. Knife Delights gave me this for Father's Day.
Yep.
And I wanted to show this knife, but I can't because Matt said nothing with a spay blade, so I
Well,
won't show
I
it
don't know.
now.
If you look at the screen, look at 1 minute's review his comment there.
1 minute
There you
knife
go.
review.
There it is. Although I'd have to get out the Panama trapper if you want a more intimidating one.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
But yeah, white bone.
I think that's beautiful.
She got me this last year for Father's Day.
It's nice. The bone's really nice.
It is.
Yep. It is.
Well, remember, Patrick, when they come to the door to take your daughter out, you have two things you can say, which is number one is that everything you do to her, I'm going to do to you, or if that's not going to work, you can tell them I've got a 45 and a shovel.
Whoa. Getting dark in here.
Yous are lucky. I have to say, when do you want paid? When you go or when you come back?
Let's see here.
Oh,
not that one. It was this one. It jumped. Yeah, Zen's carrying the Victorinox Electrician today. Overlooked awesome EDC. I would agree. I have my eye on the Electrician in ALOX.
Is that the one with the little sheep's foot on it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I want the A-locks in it as well.
Yep. Yeah, I think that will be awesome. That's a knife that definitely is on my list for my Victorinox collection. It just hasn't got there yet. There you go. Wee Jed's got the answer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Jerome knows too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to Father's Day knives. Did you have anything else you guys wanted to throw in there? I mean, I'll throw in a couple of nice ones that I have. The Buck 112 Sport Pro, which this is just an awesome knife. If you can get that for your dad, I think if your dad's an outdoors guy and still pretty spry, that'd be a nice one. Of course, the Texas Jack is always a good answer. I like these, nice bone covers. Definitely has a nice clip point, and then really nice pen blade. So this is a really nice light blade to have. And then another one that is a little unsung guy is this little Marbles lockback. These things are still under $10. They weigh less than an ounce. That just a really super neat knife to have. I like it. I think it will do just about anything you need, and it's a perfect carry if you're not feeling like carrying anything that's really large.
Here's a question for you. If you've got somebody who's a father who's likes using knives, or would you find it appropriate to buy a second-hand knife for him, like an older knife of his generation, with something maybe with his birth date on it? I think that would be a lovely, lovely Father's Day gift.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like if my father's into knives, if I could find another one, I'd buy him like an older old timer.
Yeah.
Or just an older sort of generation.
And old timers, if I'm not right, did old timers, they actually can do the printing on the blade for you if you want? Is that an extra? No, I'm not sure.
No, not nowadays. No.
No. There's one of the companies does that though. I can't think. Is it Case?
Buck.
Buck will do
Buck.
it. And then if you go to certain Case dealers like Shepherd Hills, they will engrave on the blades for you.
Well, a Buck 55 then would be a lovely Father's Day gift with his name on it, or that would be a lovely gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got my father I got him a Spartan, Victorinox Spartan. I had it like laser etched on the scales and on the blade for him for his birthday a couple of years ago. That's always a good thing to get for.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Well,
I'm probably going to have to buy my own Buck 112 Sport because I used to have this friend that he'd share knives with me, and now he won't send me any knives. And
Is that because of the Pecos issue?
yeah,
No.
he keeps saying something about Pecos. All I know, that's a river in Texas, isn't it, John?
Yes, sir.
Jerome says Knives and Tools does engraving on all knives.
They do. They do,
So,
correct.
Very good.
So yeah, so you can get
Good.
engraved blades there.
Jerome,
Well,
that's
well,
really interesting. I'll have to try. I don't have a daddy anymore, but
Right.
it's definitely something to buy for other people.
Yeah, I've used their engraving service. It's really good from Knives and Tools. It's only a couple of quid on top of the knife.
Will they check my spelling though?
I mean, I triple checked mine. I would just check it yourself.
That doesn't matter with me. Ask
We have
Gary
had
about
that
his
discussion.
thumb studless buck knife.
I'll tell you the story,
Ah.
but we have had that discussion. So let me bring it up full screen. So Gary bought this knife, and when he got it, the thumb studs, I don't remember if they fell out or if they weren't in the blade. So he they don't want to hear that Buck has terrible QC, but it's a funny story. So the thumb studs were missing. He's just got a knife that has a hole in the blade. He talks to Buck, and they said, "Oh, we'll just send you thumb studs." So they sent thumb studs to him, but then they were the wrong size to fit in the hole. And Gary's just like, "Whatever." kind of.
Are you sure it wasn't a Spyderco, Gary?
Yeah, it was kind of like a Spyderco if your fingers were only a millimeter wide or something. I don't know what hole size corresponds to this, but it's certainly less than a Spyderco. I think Spyderco does what, a 13 millimeter hole in their blades, something like that.
Yeah, peculiar number.
Yeah.
Why is everybody eating and I'm not?
I don't know.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm really hungry now because people are eating. John,
Is this?
what are they?
nice.
Macaroons?
Wow.
The Spidey biscuit.
Is that a macaroon?
Yeah. He can't talk with his mouth full, Maddie.
No, like
Or Slippy.
are you familiar with the Girl Scout cookies?
No,
The Samoas?
no.
Yeah, I don't think they have the same stuff.
Well, I know, but they're basically cocoa and fudge.
Yeah. It's probably their most popular cookie that they sell.
Is it? I don't know about that.
No,
Yeah.
Thin Mints.
Thin
Thin
Mints.
Mints.
No, Samoa.
Oh yeah,
Here we go. Argument.
No, Samoas, man, all day long.
Thin Mints all day long.
John just sitting back enjoying the argument with his cookies.
Put them
Yeah.
in the freezer and eat them frozen.
Yeah.
Jerome, I can't talk through my Twinkies. Ha! Good one,
Oh.
Jerome.
There we go. So Gary's telling the story. They sent 9 pairs of thumb studs 3 times. All were wrong. And here you go. Jake, I was wondering where you were lurking until we talk about Girl Scout cookies. I should have known you'd be out when we start talking about snacks. He's like, I've been listening for 2 hours and now I'm going to jump in.
Yeah, snacks are mentioned. I'm straight in.
Jake's going to jump in because of cookies.
Yep.
Yeah, Jake, do you like them frozen too? Throw them Thin Mints in the freezer and let them get ice cold.
Oh, yeah.
They're good.
I will have to try it next time I see some Girl Scouts. And they wonder why, obesity and diabetes runs rampant in this country. But, I guess you guys don't know Slippy and Patty,
Yeah.
The Girl Scouts stake out like the exit of supermarkets and department stores and all this other stuff. And they have a table set up and they have all their cookies and they're selling them for fundraisers at different parts of the year and stuff. So they're always, yeah. So
I don't think Matt's allowed to be within 100 feet of a Girl Scout, though.
oh, well, yeah, that's
That has got to go in the video. That is in the video.
If you edit it, you can put it in.
I tease.
Oh, I know.
Somebody needs to buy Tom a Swiss buck for Father's Day.
Yeah, Cohen has been on me. He's been after me all day about when am I going to get me a Swiss buck. So yeah, that's on the radar along with about 300 different buck models.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, it is really nice, and I've been meaning to get one, but you know.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. There is a Swiss buck.
Yeah, Buck and Swiss and Victorinox did a collaboration. And
Never
came out
seen
with
that.
With a Swiss buck, yeah. They sure did.
Never seen that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Buck
know
University.
that either. I'll have to look it up when we get off the air.
Well, Gary says Buck has the reverse of stunning customer service. Well, I would see why you would say that. That hasn't been my experience, but unfortunately for you, I guess that was yours.
Okay, so it was a Wenger product, not
Wenger, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Tom's not going to like this story, but I got another Buck customer service story. One of my good friends bought one of the, what's their modern that they have in the custom shop, Tom? Can you remember the name of it? What was it? Can you remember the name? I can't remember. It starts with an S, I believe. But anyway, he had one. Sorry?
Spitfire.
There you go. And it had Blade Rock. And he contacted him back and forth. And they stopped contacting him, and then he ended up having to contact his credit card company to get the refund. So not always a positive experience. You know, nothing's perfect.
Well, nothing's perfect. Yeah.
It's probably one of those things where it was within their tolerance, but so they weren't going to do anything about it, even though there was some obvious Blade Rock. I mean, he showed me a video of it. You could see, you know, a little bit. But again, might be a within their tolerance type thing, so they weren't going to do anything for him.
Yeah.
Did he actually send it in, or was he just emailing back and forth? Or
he sent him a video because that's what they requested.
Oh, okay.
And then after the video, he never got any more response.
Huh.
Strange.
It's funny. I have another good one for Benchmade, because I know when I first bought my first bug out, and one of the springs went on the second day I had it, and I contacted them by email and said, look, one of these springs went. You normally say you have to send the knife back to you. I said, that's going to cost me a fortune to send it there and get it sent back. Would it be possible if you could send me a spring? And they just said straight away, yes, not a problem. We'll send you one out today. And I'll have to say, within a week, I had the spring here. But they'd also sent me a spare one as well, which I thought, that's really nice. Just and they paid the postage, which I thought, that's really nice to do that.
I will have to say this. This was years ago. I had a small Kershaw, and the pocket clip broke on it. So I corresponded with them. I says, can you just send me a new pocket clip? And they said, well, what's your address? I gave them my address, and a few days later, I had a whole brand new knife.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah. So.
And it's funny, it's strange, because you think knife companies would do that to get the positive response. That's better than any advertising you're going to put in a newspaper.
Sure.
I'll never understand why you should. There's no need for bad service anymore.
Yeah.
No,
there isn't.
Smoky Mountain Knife Works have been really good for me.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
take care of me. I probably sent back, I'd say maybe 5, 6 Rough Riders. And usually they were very accommodating. So got some
Well-
cocoa in my throat.
Oh, what's some of that cocaine, is it?
That too.
Cocoa, not cocaine.
That's after the show.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they've been really good. I had like a jumbo stockman that was bad, and it was sticking. The blade was sticking, and I think I did a review on it. And a lot of guys were saying, "Hey, you should probably send that back."
Was it that Texas Stockman? Was it that it?
Yeah, the bigger one. Yeah,
Yeah, you did do a review on that.
and I ended up doing return on that. But the buck I sent actually back to Amazon, so I can't take, Buck can't take credit for that one. I suppose it can, but it was Amazon return. So
Yeah, Amazon returns are amazing.
Yeah.
For such a huge company, they are fantastic. I've seen my wife go across to the garage, which is literally across the road. It's got a wee post office in it. And I've seen her go over and send something back to them. And before she's got back to the house, they've the money already in the bank account and they haven't even received it.
Yeah.
Which I just think is,
It's
I
because they
buy
got through the postage, isn't it?
yeah.
That's why I buy from Amazon a lot of the time. Is because
yeah, I like the way
it's
they
not
do it
money
because
you send it back.
they send the exchange ahead of time, and then if they don't get the return, then they charge you again.
Yeah.
To me, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely. I have to say, I so many things I buy off Amazon now because of the service.
Right.
Yeah.
And they do this. You can buy now. They're doing quite a lot of this now. You can pay in three or 6 installments, which I think is. That's how I got my computer. 6 installments, no extra charge. You just set up a direct debit for them, and that was it. It was done in 6 months. It was great.
Yeah, and the thing I'd say about the Rough Rider knives is because they're covered, even when I buy them from Chicago Knife Works, I can call up SMKW and they'll still take care of me.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's been more than 30 days, you can't return to Chicago anyway, So what is the other option? If you're not buying from them directly, because they do offer them through a few different retailers. So I guess they got to be able to honor the warranty, directly rather than through the retailer at times.
Well, it's a lifetime warranty. The retailer won't offer you that.
Right.
I always
That's
wonder
beautiful.
whose life they're talking about on a lifetime warranty.
Yeah, that always worries me.
Here's for Wee Judd. Perfect timing, Wee Judd.
Save us, Tom.
Hey, I was just wondering, has anyone else collected or familiar with Colt knives?
I
Yep.
am.
Well, here's a couple. They're in Bone Stag, and they're 150-year anniversary knives, I think. I don't know it's on the inlay there, and I can't read it. So this is the Whittler. Yeah, the Whittler with the Bone
Stunning.
Stag. And then I got the Rail Splitter, which is a 4-bladed knife. And it's in Bone Stag also.
You're becoming an
Look how
expert.
damn
Tom.
shiny they are.
A little bit of case space there, Patty.
You want to
Damn
know an interesting fact about the Colt knives there, Tom? that you're
Yeah,
holding up?
I don't know anything about them.
Okay, so a lot of those were made by Smoky Mountain Knife Works because Colt just, did they just hired them to do the work.
Sure.
And the C that you see there on the bolster is what inspired the RT bolster for Rough Rider.
Oh,
So
that
everybody
right there?
wants to blame Rough Rider for the
Nice. Damn Colt.
RT
Colt
bolster.
ruined everything.
Colt's the
Yeah.
where it originated.
Huh.
So you're saying Andy was inspired by the Colt C?
I am.
Wasn't Andy the one responsible for doing the?
I don't have a clue who's responsible for the RT, but I know that when they did the Colt series of knives, that C is an obvious, early idea because the way that they designed the C and the lines below and above and below it.
Mhm.
And some of the series from Colt were actually then reproduced later. One of them being like the Coral Snake series. He also did the Coal Miner series. There's a couple other series that they did that they just replicated their earlier Colt releases into the Rough
Well,
Rider line.
I got the boxes put up, but they came in very nice
Very-
presentation boxes.
Yeah, I imagine they're pretty similar to the Rough Rider boxes too.
Well, hang on a second, I'll grab one.
Did
They
you want
changed
to
it.
say
They
something,
changed
Patty?
a little bit, but if it's the latter ones, then they're a lot like the Rough Rider boxes, like this.
Oh, let me see. Yeah,
The early ones were different. Yeah, that's an earlier one. But yeah, you get the picture.
Yeah, similar magnetic flows box, similar thing.
So there you go. Thanks,
Yeah.
Colt. Thanks for all those rectal thermometers.
This is my only Colt, and I'll have to say it's a beautiful knife. It's dirtier than yours, but it's a lovely knife.
yeah.
And their
Yeah,
bone,
that's
when the cutting of the bone is just lovely.
Yep.
So yeah,
Very nice.
I wish we could get more of them. They are a nice knife.
Yeah, they just happened to have these two in an antique store, and
Oh.
so I snagged them up.
They fetch a good price on eBay, so I'm sure you did a pretty good job of
I
getting a good deal on those.
I don't know. I took a stab, and I paid $34 for each one. Is that too much? Not
I
enough?
think-
Or-
No, I think that's fair.
that's what I thought they were fair, but
No, that's a really good price. I would happily hand over that.
Yeah.
Especially for your ones now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a knife here that Paddy might remember.
Did I sell that to you?
You did.
Oh, damn it. Can I have it back?
No. The GEC number 30. It's the 38 special, I believe. Yeah.
You sold
Yeah.
a GEC?
Yeah, to
know,
me,
and
of all people. This was my
it's
first
an
GEC. This was my
It's
first
a-
one.
beautiful knife.
Really, really nice.
Is that abalone, or am I seeing
It
things?
is. Abalone. I got like that cloud shield on there. The first GEC I got, Paddy sold to me, and it won't be leaving my collection.
It's a lovely knife.
It really is. It's
What a
really nice,
lovely
really well
man he must be to sell GEC.
made. Yeah, really, really nice.
I didn't know him then. I probably stuck the arm in.
Well, since coal miners were mentioned just a little ways back, I did have my coal miner knife. You can't really see it. Well, yeah, you can see the edge.
Oh,
Now we can see it.
Yeah.
Not the same
Yeah.
company though, is it? That's
No, this is Robert Kloss.
yeah,
But
the
this is
class.
one of the ones that they had made over in Italy, I believe,
Right.
at the Hen and Rooster factory. So, really neat little Sodbuster Junior pattern knife. But nice
That's
little.
like the copy to my Black Angus. I don't know why they changed the name, but they were
well,
like
the
making
Black-
them at the same
no, the-
time, I think.
Yeah, they made them at the same time. The Black Angus was the full size
No,
Sodbuster.
I got a small one, like
Oh,
just
is
like
it?
that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
junior.
Yeah, because this is a junior size. I
Yeah.
thought the Black Angus was the full size.
Careful how you say that.
Yeah. We have a steakhouse that's named Black Angus. out
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they have them up where you're at.
That looks like it has a nice wee small clip on the top of that, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of does.
It does.
Yeah, it's a nice wee clip.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really neat little knife. That's for sure.
It's got the bottom where the springs are covered, right? The same. The Italian made ones like that.
Yeah, it's got that. Here, I think you can see it if I bring it up full screen, but it's got that really kind of a strange
Mm-hmm.
spring thing. It's almost like it's a Duke inspired knife, because here's your springs in the end,
Yeah.
and that's really all that's there is just maybe to about here. So you got
Right.
these springs that are pinned in there, and the rest of this is just hollow, the composition. But it doesn't really snap, but it does stay in place. Like
Yeah, it engages well, but it
Yeah.
doesn't require a lot of effort to open. Yeah.
it does. It's a very heavy pull, that's for sure.
I keep hearing that noise in the background.
Which,
You over there blowing on your vapo. I'm looking at you, Patty.
Steven's over there sucking his vape off.
No, there's there.
Okay. I think it might just be Matt breathing heavy.
Probably me. I did move slightly.
it's so what do we got? Slippy after dark? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
You know it's bad and there's things going on if this happens. And you can just sort of hear me in the background. Existing. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, has anybody got any ideas for videos they're going to do this week? Just to let our subscribers hear what we're going to come out with this week.
Well, that thing I suggested in the pre-show about the stepchildren knives,
Yeah. Ginger knives.
the knives that don't get as much use as they deserve.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got a lot of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
so
we
have
all,
I.
right?
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a good one. You got anything, RJ?
Yeah, I actually went to my wife was watching some of those YouTubers that have been shopping at the Temu site, and so I
What
went,
is that all about? I'm sick of the adverts for that. It does my
yeah.
head.
So they just they got ads all over the
Is that
internet.
the one where you got that tiny little 1-inch knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went and I actually bought some other stuff. I'm gonna make a video and show you guys what I got. You know, so
Oh,
it's-
not knife stuff, other
Yeah.
stuff?
it's
Oh, it's knife stuff. Okay.
yeah, knife stuff. You know, and they
Is
sell.
it a website? Is it an app? What is it?
Yeah, it's a app, or you can put an app on your phone, but it's for their website. But it's
I'll have a look.
it's like all this stuff that's definitely all made in China.
Knockoff
Different
stuff.
things. And, yeah, like I guess it would be a lot like AliExpress was, and stuff, but
AliExpress.
almost everything
Okay.
is like $10 and under. Very
How
few.
quickly did it arrive?
Yeah, some stuff yes, and some stuff no. We'll show you.
Okay.
So
that-
it was just
there's
like
that, and,
experiment on your part to see
yeah,
what you
kind
can
of an
get.
experiment, and then then other than that, I got some knives lined up for the week. I don't know if I want to
Yeah,
let all the
I've got
cats
a load
out
of
of the
knives
bag.
lined up that I've got a few that I've not even opened the box on yet because I've just got so many to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to do. I don't know what people out there do. They want to see this type of video. I've got like the modern Mora going up against the old Mora on the bottom here. Although this one isn't a spring chicken, but it's just that the difference between the plastic and the wood and leather. But they're both good knives, just completely different from the same company. And I thought I would do a wee comparison video.
yeah.
Does that interest any of you knife people out there, or are you here just for the chat?
Yes. No, I want to see that.
I would like
wanna
to
see
see
that
it.
too. I want to see the difference, between then and now.
Is that the barrel style handle yet on the older one? Is that the barrel style handle?
Yeah, well, it's actually, you can see at the end of it there,
Yeah.
it comes up and there's a heavy screw, just a straight slot screw that you can unbolt it.
Right.
But this was one my little daughter-in-law, when her granddad died, they moved into his house and they found this in his old workshop out in the garage, and it was covered in rust and whatever. So I took it and I cleaned it up. I've done a video on this years ago, but I'm keeping it. I'm just holding on to it. To her boys have grown up, and then if they join the Scouts and they want a knife, they're going to be given this one.
Good.
I'm only holding it until then. But
Well, you've
it's a
stolen
lovely-
it. Just we get it.
Yeah, well, yeah. The children can't. If the children can't beat me in a fight, I'm taking it.
No,
Are we-
that's really neat.
I had to
It's a
step
lovely
out
night.
and check my basement. Are we discussing upcoming videos?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Go ahead, Mark Spitz.
I
Well,
thought you were going to do an
before we do
upcoming
that-
video of you bailing your basement out.
Yeah.
oh boy, it's
We-
finally
How is
the
your
water
base-
level's finally going down.
Okay.
Is it gone
Yeah,
down a lot, or is it
yeah,
just gone down a
question
little bit?
for you, Stephen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you answer? Can you answer Judd for me? Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
Judd, yes, he's going to.
Oh yeah, I
he's going
forgot I
to-
can speak. It's a speak box.
It's
The
speak.
talking box, Stephen. It's the talking box.
Talking
The
box.
talking
Yeah,
box.
Yeah, he's there in the.
So I
yeah I
need to
forgot.
do a
Got
video.
confused again. Life's confusing.
Yeah. So I need to do a video on this. Just got this off of eBay, and I've been looking for it for over a year, I think. And it's the doctor's knife in the blue smooth ice synthetic with the Ictus symbol. And this completes the totality of the smooth blue ice Ictus collection, family of
There you're
knives,
giggling, John.
2018.
I'm laughing at Pepper Dingo's comment.
Yeah, so am I.
YouTubers have. Oh, all you have to do is watch my Fun Knife Friday video where I did the Victorinox
Yeah,
paring knife. Nicked myself in that one.
yeah, I
Oh.
saw that.
Yeah, I stabbed myself good in the thigh when I was cleaning up a knife. That's going to have like 4 or 5 stitches.
Well,
That's rough.
That's a nice
I know you guys.
medicine.
I know you guys know, but when you're looking through your camera and you're trying to do things down
Yeah.
on the work table, it's easy to do. It really is,
And you can't see through your hands.
and you can't see through
Yeah.
your
next
hand.
thing you know, you know.
I'm on borrowed time. It's been a long time since I cut myself. I just
well,
you know when it's been a long time. It's like it's gonna happen this week. I know it. I know it.
And the bad part is now that you're on YouTube, you're like, I hope I get it on camera. I hope I get it on camera. Oh my. All right, boys. What are you thinking? We're almost 2.5 hours into this thing.
Yeah,
I think our subscribers have suffered enough.
Yes.
I think so. It is Mother's Day, and I do need to go see Mother. So
Yes, you do. Yes,
go
you
see
do.
me. Go see me, mum.
Yeah.
Me mommy.
Me mum.
Mama.
All right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody for joining in the panel. Everybody that was over in the talk box area over here to the side.
Oh, stop it.
It'll never be the same. If you've watched all the way to the end, then you probably are a member of the Grumpy Old Men with Knives Club. And if you
Yes,
want to see
sir.
another episode, come back next week. We'll be here. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and we'll see all you guys on the next one. Be sure to subscribe and see everybody's videos and all that good stuff. And we'll see you here next week. Take it easy, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Hit the like
What's
button.
up?